Camber House.
Give me my respect.
Welcome to Camber House.
You're now rocking with the best.
Join your hosts, Jeremy and James, as they take an unfiltered and uncensored look at the car industry and motorsport across the globe.
You can't find the right tool in this garage, you don't belong near a car.
Welcome to the home of car culture.
Ladies and gents, episode 4, Camber House, and I am joined today by the one and only Suleman Esuf and Asif Suleman. How you guys doing today?
Not bad.
Good?
Good, man.
Come on, come closer. Gotta get you into that mic. So, are you still the fastest man in Barbados?
I have the quarter-mile record.
Well, that's what I mean.
I think the eighth-mile record was beaten, yeah.
Okay. So, I always start this off, boys, with, I'll start with you, Saul, in terms of your earliest memory of either motorsport, cars in general. Obviously, you are a car fanatic, bike fanatic. How did it come about? Is this a family thing? Is this just you growing up?
Watching my uncle, he was into racing.
Yeah?
Yeah, so I grew up around cars, grew up in Lake Solly, so just opposite the workshop.
Okay.
So, yeah, a lot of sleepless nights just hearing the cars revving up and stuff, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so I always had a passion for it since then.
Good, man. What was the first, and Asif, you getting into navigating, have you been involved in motorsport or cars, or tell me about your background a little bit here.
Okay, so yeah, from a kid, I always had a passion for motorsports.
Yeah.
I did some circuit racing when I was quite young. I was like 15, 16 at Bush Park.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I did a little bit of drag racing at Bush Park. And now it's time to rally.
I know, right? So
Yeah.
that's what we're going to get to in a bit. 2020 Rally Barbados coming up. I'll get onto the whole Chem Block thing because he's going to be in your class, so that's going to be good action.
Yeah, that should be good.
First car you ever owned? Or you ever, when you got your license, first car, well, maybe you were driving before that, but first car you got?
Honda Civic type, Honda Integra type car.
Integra type car?
Yeah.
What year? You remember?
That was probably 2004, yeah.
Okay. Still got it?
No, I sold that.
Sold it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking about getting back one though, just to have that memory, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got you. Asif, how about you?
My first car. Do you remember my first car? I think it was a Mini Cooper. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think.
What year? I love a Mini Cooper. That's an interesting first car to have. That was here?
That was here, yeah. That was probably around that same 2004. Yeah, maybe around that time, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Or 2002, maybe, yeah.
I don't have a license then.
Yeah.
Right, let me pull up my notes here. So, all right. When did the love for motorsport or to get involved in competing? You started in drag, I'm guessing, or?
Yeah, drags was actually no. I started karting.
Okay.
But that was short-lived. That was just like 2 events, or one event actually.
Okay.
The engine blew, and that was the end of that. Yeah, so fast forward to like 10, 12 years later, that's when I started drag racing.
Drag racing? Okay. What'd you start out with?
I started with a Evo 9. Yeah.
Okay, so is this where the obsession with Evo starts, or you had the same one the whole time?
No, so I actually sold that car.
Right.
I had put it back standard and sold that car, and then I bought a different shell.
Okay.
And fully stripped it and more drag focus Evo.
Okay.
And then I have a street car as well.
Okay.
I used to drag as well, but that car is not retired.
Okay, I think it was 6 years ago that you may have broken the record, or you redid it.
Yeah, I think it was about 6, 7.
Talk to me about what's inside.
So that car was actually a 2.1, yeah.
Okay.
2.1. We had on big turbo and full works.
Full works.
Everything. That was Bashar built motor.
Okay.
Stage 3 motor, long block. So then.
That was a 9.7.
9.7.
9.7.
Yeah, that was at tickets.
Right. What was the record before that? Can you remember?
10.1 or something like that. That was like a 10-year record or something.
Well, actually, the record before that was actually Roger Mears broke the record
In
on
the
the same
Focus,
day,
right?
on the same day,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we broke that record
In that day.
on that day. Yeah,
I think there's a good video of that online.
Yeah.
Everyone going absolutely wild, right?
yeah.
So how long were you drag racing for? And you were doing drags too. Is this at the same time?
No, I was actually doing drags before that
Okay.
at the Old Bushy Park.
Right.
Yeah, when Nick Harrison was involved in the bad. Yeah.
What were you driving at, Chief?
A Westfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think there's two of them now, right? Or there's
More
one
than
is
two.
electric.
There are more than two
Oh,
now,
yeah?
yeah. Actually, the electric car,
Right.
that's the car I used to race, but it wasn't electric. It
That's
had a Honda 1100 engine.
So tell me what that's like to drag. Because I mean, you're open to the elements, right? So
Yeah, it's not a drag car.
right.
It was more of a fun car, so to speak. But it was very quick, and they were focusing on the eighth of a mile rather than the quarter of a mile. And because of how nimble and light it is, once I had some good rubber, I was able to put down some decent times in the two-wheel drive route. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So how long were you drag racing for, both of you? I mean, Suleman, you first.
That was my first event was like in Rome, 2013 or so.
Yeah.
So I guess about 6-7 years on a
Okay.
break right now, but
Right.
yeah.
Because I mean, you've gone through a couple different iterations of the Evo.
Yeah.
I know you ever drive the GTR or
No.
right? That was just road.
Yeah, just road.
Okay, got you. And then Chief, what about you in terms of drag?
No, I haven't done drags in quite a while since
a while?
that. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I think a lot of people talking about JDM culture, and you obviously have had the chance to drive a lot of cars. Is there a car either that you've owned or that you've driven that you would say is the best in terms of JDM culture? Not talking about anything else. I know you're a Superman, but you know GTRs as well. So, what do you think?
To be honest, all the cars have different characters, different stuff about each car that I like. So I can't really pinpoint it to one car that this is the best car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For example, I have an S2000. Handles very good. Doesn't have the power like the other cars, but I like that.
You like that?
So
Yeah.
all different stuff about them that I like.
Can I get an update on what the garage entails right now?
Oh.
Within reason, obviously. That's. I would love to know like what you have right now. What you want to share?
I have a 84 Starlight.
Right, this is the red one that got put back to. This is a classic, yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, that's
right.
correct.
Because I actually saw that one at a Sagicor Classic Car Show. I think it
Yes.
won, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, that thing is beautiful. So, you
I think that's one of the only two doors in Barbados as well.
No, I think Mears has one as well.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a beautiful. I mean, you have a team of people, right? Yeah, tell me about how the build process is working at your shop.
I didn't build that car. That car was built by Dominic. And then it was up for sale. So he built it exactly
How you
built
want it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I bought that car from him, fully built. Yeah, besides that, and having a Starlet because that was like a dream car when I was like 14, 15 years old. Just dream about having a Starlet, you know. So
Okay,
kind of.
that's why you wanted that one.
Yeah. I have an 86 as well. Actually,
He has 3 of those, by the way.
so actually, you've probably seen it at the car show as well.
Yeah.
Classic car shows.
Yeah.
So that's the red one. Actually, only a couple of days ago, I was thinking about I want to change because the engine is standard. But,
You're thinking
all
about
the
doing
other
something to it?
bits and pieces. So I'm thinking about spending a little more power in it. Haven't got around to that. Just super busy.
I got you.
And then I'm building my first 86, which I have had for the past 15 years. That's supposed to be a real nice build as well. Has a F20 motor, turbocharged with sequential bolts, and
Wow, so you're going all out with this one.
yeah.
Okay.
So this is like cage and full setup.
Okay. Any
That-
plans with it after? I mean, what do you want to do with it? It's just, I mean, I know it's
Just
your
a
baby,
nice
but
track day car.
yeah.
Yeah, basically that's it. Show
Okay.
car, track day car.
Okay.
3086 is a drag spec car. Just thinking about changing it to a drift car.
Well, yeah, I mean, why not, right? It was that. I mean, drifting in this country hasn't really taken off like everywhere else, but I mean, I think it is. You know, people like it. People want to see it. There's a lot of talk for when like Rep Your Ride was going on. They were going to bring in a lot of drifters from like Puerto Rico and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, is that something that you want to get involved into?
Yeah, I have the car there, so I was thinking just I don't really drag it. I don't think I have.
Okay.
I had it up for the last event, but I say one of those automatic transmissions and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me about the Supra.
Supra, that has in a 3.4 stroker motor from Titans.
Wow. What's it put? What kind of horsepower are we looking at? Have you dynoed it?
We dynoed it. We made it 9 something, but we had some changes to make with the fueling system and stuff. So I think we should easily achieve over 1,000. But yeah, I just really want to get over 1,000, and that's it. Just want to see.
I know, right? That would be impressive. Anything else in the shed that you want to tell me about that you got?
I have the R34 GDR.
Right. That's the white one.
Yes.
Right.
Spectrum. That's basically the standard. The value in those cars skyrocketed. So
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable.
so just keep that starter. It's a collector's piece now. But we take it for a drive every few months or so, just to put a little heat in it, and that's it.
That sounds, I mean, wow. Fair enough.
I have a R35 GDR. That's a full Bouchard built Jacks transmission, full works. I never raced it. I don't plan on racing it, but we made, I think, like 924.
Okay.
Conservative tune.
How do you feel about, I mean, what's it like to drive? I mean, I've heard a lot of different stories about R35s.
R35 is not really my type of car.
Okay.
I like more compact sport cars.
Yeah.
It's a little bulky.
Yeah.
So
A lot of power to the back wheel.
Yeah. But to me, it's not really my type of car.
Okay. Interesting. You prefer the R34?
I prefer the R34. It's a lot more fun as well.
Yeah.
Each pattern and changing gears and stuff. It's
Okay.
a lot more fun. I like that, but even though it's not nearly half as fast as the R35, but it's not really.
Well, you don't always need a lot of speed, right, to go fast. All right. I mean, anything else you want to say, or you want to move on?
Got the Evos.
Right. Tell me how many you got in there.
We have 4
There you go.
in the workshop. 2 9s, 3 9s, and 1 8.
Right. Out of all the Evos, what's your favorite model? Well,
Nine.
obviously the 9 if you own that many.
9 is my favorite.
Yeah, I feel like they're due to bring something back now, right? Everybody is bringing back the old. You know, you look at the Supra and you're looking at some other vehicles. Surely they're gonna do something with that line. You'd think.
Yeah, I think just a matter of time.
Yeah, I hope so. I think it'll be a good. I mean, it's one of the best driving cars you could, to me, anyways. All right, and then the crossover into motorsport for both of you, I guess, right? I mean, you did a bit of track, or
I did a bit of track and drags.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you tracking?
That
The same Westfield?
No, the Westfield was for drags. That came quite a few years after the tracking. I was racing a Lancer GSR.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a Group 1 car, relatively young, fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about you, Saul?
Started in a Radical.
Right. Okay. So yeah, because I was looking back. I was trying to find some information. You got the bug and just felt like it was time, or walk me through that process of why.
A car popped up for sale.
Okay.
So actually, my brother told me about it,
Mm-hmm.
and I was second guess buying this car because I going to compete with some of the fastest guys,
Right.
and I don't think it could have been nearly as quick.
And you got
Never
you
had any
experience
or anything prior to owning that car. So yeah, I decided to buy the car. And,
Mm-hmm.
the plan was to, if I'm not quick enough, have a fast track day car.
Mm-hmm.
So I went into it with that mentality. We did some testing, and then coming up to the event, I think the track record was 58.9 or something.
Yeah.
With Sean Maloney. And, so yeah, we did a leading up to the event, we did a 58.7, so it's like, whoa, I'm actually in the race. Yeah, we had an official lap record, and then going into my first race, we actually qualified on pole, and won the first race. So yeah, that was a great achievement.
Wow, buddy. So, in the lead up to that, I mean, you said you did some testing. Did you get any training from them, or I mean, did you get any like
No, I used
points?
To play, simulator. I was always into my simulator
Okay.
stuff and driving, so I had that type of experience. So I guess it was just a play it now in real life. So yeah, little tips here and there. But yeah, that was.
What was it like to drive for the first time when you stepped into it? Anything like could you relate to it in any way through any of the other vehicles?
That's next level, next level grip, everything. When you think
Right.
you're going fast, it could just go so much faster.
And in terms of setting up the car, are you involved? I mean, I think you have a team around you, mechanics and stuff. I mean, a lot of downforce and things like that. How much changing can you do with those types of vehicles?
Yeah, you can play with the downforce. There's quite a few adjustments, but the mechanical side of things is I just drive.
Right, and then I guess that's when you entered the SR3 Cup,
Yeah.
and now you've been racing all over,
Yeah.
which is, I don't think we've had anybody on here that's done a lot of the Caribbean circuits. Where have you been, or what do you like, what do you not like, what tracks are good, what sucks? Tell me.
Went to Trinidad. I think
yeah.
that was in 2018, I believe. Yeah, we went to Trinidad, and then also to
We did
Guyana.
Guyana last
Guyana.
year. Yeah.
yeah. So those are the only two tracks I really
What,
raced.
what do you think compared to Bushy Well?
But
I don't
cars,
think you. I know.
the
Yeah.
next level compared to
Compared to what they
tracks. I
have.
mean, they are nice,
Mhm.
but Bushy Park is next level.
Well, I think you did quite well in the Cup, right? Tell me about, what it was like and how you got through.
In the SR3 Cup,
Yeah.
I think our first, I think it was 2016 or 17 we started.
I think 2016.
2016, yeah. So we won the championship that year.
In your first year.
In my first year, yeah. And then we went on and won the second year as well. And 2017. In 2018, it was, I can't remember what I placed, but I didn't win. I had, did the full 2018?
Yeah, we did the full.
Full 2018, yeah. And then from there on, I just basically went on a little break.
Okay.
Planning maybe next season, probably do the full season next year.
Okay, cool. And I guess that brings over to the BMW and then the idea of rallying.
No,
Is this-
between
oh.
there's the 200 Civics.
Yes, yes.
200 Civic,
Okay.
which we did bushfire.
Yes.
Right, so you're doing road racing, right? Track racing.
Track
yeah,
racing,
Track
yeah.
racing. with
And
the-
we took the Group 3 car for the first time to Guyana last November.
Right.
Represent Team Barbados in Guyana.
So how was that? What was the experience like for that?
It's good. We actually qualified on pole and had 2 first places and 3 first.
No, we had an issue with.
Oh yeah, it's
had
like
a-
last race we did have the
Yeah, we had-
exhaust.
we had an
bracket
exhaust
broke,
issue.
so we had to call it quits for that race.
Have they been pretty reliable?
Not as reliable as the SR3, but pretty reliable.
Pretty reliable.
It was
Okay.
a project car, so we just finished it just before the Guyana race meet. So basically,
we were actually tuning while the containers were packing.
Yeah.
So it was like from laptop to container.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Intense.
and that car was built in like space of
Oh, that car was built in.
half months or something.
Yeah, yeah. In like 2 months, that car was from shell to
Fully
container.
To fully race built.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
That was a lot of long nights.
I'm
and-
sure.
Yeah.
And Chief, you involved? I mean, tell me about in terms of those cars. You involved in building and tuning?
No.
No,
Actually,
just-
I'm moral support.
well, that's good. You need sport to do this sport.
Yeah.
All right, so you did the Hondas, and then tell me about rally. Like, what did that? Was this natural progression? You just wanted to test yourself. You tested yourself in radicals. Was it now to try something else?
From a kid, I used to be out there watching and be like, I wish I could get a car and just go there and drive, So actually, in 2013, I bought a BMW E46 M3, and that car took quite a while to build.
I love E46s. I mean,
So I think it was ready last year, So that was my first event. Yeah.
Right, this is the silver one. This is the one. Is this related to the one that your brother is driving now?
Yes,
it's the same car, right?
Yeah, he's driving it now.
Because I got a lot of questions about that car. It's like we're gonna talk about that in a second. So, all right. So you always felt like you wanted to do it, and you started with that,
Yeah. So I did not even a rally. I did a speed event,
right?
and then the opportunity came up to. I was just passing through Bushy Park one day, and I passed by Brett's shop and saw this R5 there. So I was taking a look at it up close, and I was like, "Oh, it's a nice car." So then I asked if I could sit in it. So you say, "Yeah, so Seal, you can sit on it." So I had a little seat, and it felt pretty good. The seating position was already suited for me.
Perfect, right?
Yeah, I had no intention of buying it, but I reached out to Andy Scott, so I bought the car from him.
Right. So that was okay. That was his.
Actually, that's quite a funny story because we were actually in the UK a couple months prior to that purchase, and we were just on YouTube, going through some rally videos, and we were looking at an Escort and the R5s, and the R5 had seemed a bit far-fetched. At that time, it would be a sick car to own and buy.
Of course, yeah.
And then we went Bushy Park, and that happened quite fast.
So it was almost like it was meant to be, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, the thing with the R5 is, the initial cost is high, but the running cost is presumably much better than.
And they're
a
quite
WRC,
reliable,
and-
to be fair. They
Right.
can take a bang it.
Right. I mean, so right, you sat in it. Did they allow you to take it for? I mean, obviously you had to reach out.
Yeah, so I reached out to Andy, and
Right.
he was then coming down for, I think it was the event last year or something, so then he arranged for me to have a test drive. And actually on the way to Bushy Park, I think we went up together.
Yeah, we went up together for the test
Yeah,
drive.
so I was saying is either I would love it and I'll get one, or I might not like it.
So that was on the way there. That's
Yeah,
what was
yeah.
going through your head.
So Andy first took me out for a couple laps, and it was good. But obviously you can't really feel what the car is doing in the
Yeah, that's
driver's seat. So I was like, okay, it's pretty good. But after driving the car, I was like, okay, I need to have this.
Yeah. So what? I mean, I guess off the line is ridiculous, and it's just like
handling is amazing. Brakes are amazing. Yeah. Car stops
on a dime, right?
Yeah, on a dime.
Okay. Because I think I went up to testing recently. I think you were at a wedding or something like that. I think your brother was driving the car.
Yes,
He was absolutely throwing it around. I was like, this is pretty serious. Okay, so you get the R5, the BMW now, your brother.
Yeah, so he's running that.
You're dumping a lot of fuel into that exhaust because that thing sounds absolute. I mean, that's a timing. I mean, that's purposeful that you have the timing set up because I mean, it's a crowd favorite already. It's gunshots ridiculous. I mean, it's literally insane. It's wild. People seem to love it. Tell me about the R5. What's it like to drive on rally now? Not outside of Bushy Park. The first rally you did was this past one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty easy to drive because the car is factory car. It does everything you want it to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting into the R5 is pretty easy. It's easier to find the limit in the R5 than the BMW to me, because the R5 is just so perfect in everything.
Balanced, more so than a BMW. Yeah.
But rallying is different to track racing. It takes a little time to learn the stages. Because all stages is going to be my first rally.
Yep.
I did 2 speed events before.
Yeah. Actually, if you were with him for the speed events, or it was just you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've done the speed events together.
And what was, I mean, you stepping into the other side of the car? What was that?
Well, the first transition was from left-hand drive to right-hand drive. So meaning I was in the right seat, but as the navigator, because it's a left-hand drive.
Right.
So you're seeing the road from a different angle, so to speak. You're not used to the left-hand drive. But we got into it. We did some time doing some pace notes.
Mm-hmm.
We came up with a game plan, and it was just
Yeah, I mean, what was it like doing pace notes if you've never done them before? I think that's an interesting thing that people would want to hear. How do you gauge it? You're just driving it fast and going at night?
Play a lot of dirt rally.
Right, yeah.
So
Love dirt rally.
that helps a lot, knowing what to answer.
Just gauging the angles and then the speeds?
yeah.
But in real life, it's still a little different, but we're trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Actually, when we leave here, we're going to do some
Yeah?
Yeah, we can do some notes when we leave here.
Nice. Because, I think this year, there's how many stages in total?
King in the Hill, and then 6 stages in the rally, and then it's a super special. So
you
have
got
to
to
learn
learn
8
8 stages.
yeah.
And I guess the good thing with Barbados is our stages are pretty short compared to anywhere else in the world. So it should be pretty fun. So the last event used to look fast. I mean, you feel like you're getting used to it.
Yeah, still a lot to learn with the car. That was my, like, I dragged 4 redrive cars before, but in dragging, it's just a straight road. There's nothing really to learn. But with rallying or track racing, you got to learn the characteristics of the car and how the car likes to be driven.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm accustomed to rear redrive and some front redrive experience as well, but full redrive is something totally new. Rallying is also totally new as well. So
I guess the level of grip is,
my fear is when I get comfortable, because shit could go wrong.
Well, you push it a little too far, right? So the R5 class is looking like it's going to be absolutely stacked, which, I've been on this podcast before with Rob Swansoff, and my goal with them was that I always felt like Panzer and them should have bought R5 cars and just made it, about driver. Although there's a lot to do with setup, but those boys obviously just want to win and compete against each other, and they're long gone. But the R5 class is really where it's at. I think it's going to be the most exciting part of this whole rally. Ken Block is obviously going to be involved now. How do you feel when you heard that news? What do you feel about that?
It's good to be competing against Cam Block. I don't think we'll be able to beat him, but
Well, you never know. You never know. Don't say never. Listen, you don't write yourself off yet. You won your first radical thing, so you never know what could happen. It's a long rally too, right?
Sure.
Anything could happen. What's the goal for rally? I mean, do you have a goal
finish
set?
a rally.
You want
to finish a
first.
rally. My plan is not to go out there and drive in my comfort zone. I mean, still push, but my plan is to keep the car on the road, finish the rally, get the experience, learn the stages. Yeah, I mean, it's my first rally, first time on a lot of these stages, so it doesn't make sense trying to go out there and with the intention, but looking to come on first, second, or third, or podium finish. If it happens, it happens. I mean, it'll be good.
You'll take
it.
I'm
not going out there with that intention that. I mean, a lot of these guys been rallying for the past 20 years and plus, so they know the roads at the back of their hand. They know the cars somewhat, rallying, how it works, everything. So I don't think I'm ready to compete with those guys as yet.
Okay.
But,
Are there any stages you're looking forward to? In particular?
We only did notes for 2 stages so far.
Okay, you'll see.
I like the King of the Hill stage. I actually like that stage. It's pretty nice. So I guess when we finish the notes for the other stages,
then you'll find out.
Stage or whatever,
Fair enough. Asif, for you, if you could tell anybody who's trying to get into rally or going into navigating, any kind of words you can give them? I know you're trying to figure it out too, but anything for a first timer?
For a first timer, trust your driver, for sure.
Yeah.
Trust your driver.
No pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it's somewhat very, what's the word? Maybe a little scary but exciting at the same time.
Because you don't have total control, obviously.
I don't have total control, but I trust my driver totally. But then he has to trust me totally as well. So you have that kind of pressure on both sides. But for us, we have a long history together. So we go in to have fun, to be safe, and to put a good time down.
I like that,
Yeah.
After rally, I'd like to maybe bring y'all back in and see if we can get a little rundown of what it was like, if you guys are up for that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think we're gonna end it there for right now. But I appreciate you guys coming in today.
No problem.
Good luck on the recce. We're pulling for you because I think it's a good story. It's great to see somebody, who's never really had the experience of rally go out there, try to do something. There's a lot of people that can see themselves in your, as you going out there and doing it. I'm really looking forward to this one. I think you're gonna do well. I think you're gonna surprise some people. I think that Actually, I can't say that on air, so I'll tell you off air who I think you're going to be quicker than. So I don't want to, because this guy might come on the podcast shortly. But yeah, best of luck.
Thank you.
And
Thank
Chief,
you.
good luck with the notes.
Thank you.
And we'll bring you back in after the rally just to hear how it went, because we'd be dying to know. Cool?
Further.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Camber House.